Back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. You guys are going to be pissed. Woman skips jail after stabbing boyfriend over 100 times. She is actually on probation. Please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
A woman stabs her boyfriend to death. 100 stabs, kills him. She gets community service. She gets probation. She avoids jail time. Put it at full mass.
Who is fighting for equality? It's the feminists, it's the women that are fighting for equality, right? How the fuck is this equal? She murdered someone with over 100 stabs. My God. Doesn't matter that they're gonna actually use a stupid argument for this later, and I'm gonna fucking tear that argument to shreds. So, but where are all the feminists and all the women fighting for justice now? Well, she should be jailed. She should be jailed for life. She should be jailed for at least a very long time for manslaughter, at least.
Unbelievable story, but it happened. 32-year-old Ryan Spetcher, a California woman who fatally stabbed her boyfriend more than 100 times during what prosecutors called a cannabis-induced. Now, I want you to understand what's happening here. Case law is now established. Cannabis-induced psychosis.
This is what lawyers do. They go around creating stupid BS arguments for women to get out of jail. Really? A cannabis-induced psychosis. There has been people smoking weed for decades now. Upon decades, no one has gotten crazy or hallucinated and started stabbing people because of marijuana or cannabis. But all of a sudden, when a woman murders someone and stabs him 100 times, now it comes into play all of a sudden. Cannabis psychosis. Really? Fucking really?
This took place in 2018. She has been spared prison time per a judicial ruling last Tuesday. She was sentenced to 2 years of probation.
Oh! 2 years of probation for killing someone? What the fuck? I'm lost for words. I'm not lost for words, actually. There's words I want to use, but I really can't because YouTube would probably destroy me if I use these words. But this is what they're letting women get away with, guys. This is exactly what we fight for and what men talk about in our space. How lighter sentences these women get compared to men. If it was me, any of you guys down below did anything close to this, we would probably never see the light of day. Never see the light of day. We would probably got executed. The death penalty would have probably came down on us swift and hard. This 2 years of probation?
Stabs and 1 weeks was a man that Brian, she has been spared prison time per a judicial ruling last Tuesday. She was sentenced to 2 years of probation, according to Ventura County Superior Court records. It was last month when Brian was convicted. It was last month when she was convicted in the 2018 fatal stabbing of Chad O'Mela.
Damn, it took 3 years. From 2018, 2018 till now. Shit, that's almost 6 years for them to convict this person, and she still didn't go to jail? What the fuck is up with our justice system?
So Chad was a man that she was dating for several weeks, not months, not years, but weeks. Ventura County Star reported the testimony showed she stabbed Chad more than 100 times.
Jesus Christ.
And then, according to the document, stabbed herself. After the sentence was handed down by the County Superior Court Judge David Worley, that was Tuesday, Spetcher and her family cried tears of relief. The Ventura County Star reported while the victim's father said the sentencing set a dangerous precedent. Quote, he just gave everyone in the state of California who smokes marijuana a license to kill someone. That's what
I actually agree with this precedent that they just established with her case. Now other people are able to use this precedence in other cases. As long as you were high and you murdered someone, you might be able to get away with it through this precedence, which is quite retarded, if I could use the word.
Sean O'Malley said, according to the outlet. The sentence was handed down nearly 4 hours after Spetcher went to Amelia's apartment in Thousands Oaks, where they took multiple hits from 4 years after, where they took multiple hits from a bong loaded with marijuana. The Ventura County DA said in a statement last month, quote, Spetcher had an adverse reaction to the marijuana and suffered from what experts called cannabis-induced psychotic disorder, according to the statement. During that psychotic episode, Spetcher stabbed Mr. O'Malley multiple times, killing him. Police officers who responded to the apartment found him lying in a pool of blood with Spetcher screaming hysterically with a knife still in her hands. Before the officers could disarm her, Spetcher plunged the weapon, a long serrated bread knife, into her own neck, the district attorney said in a statement.
See, this seems like a more of a, I hate this guy, I want to kill this guy, oh shit, I got caught, let me end it myself kind of scenario to me. This just by reading what's going on. So I don't really see any type of psychosis going on. It's just she did something, she regretted it after she got caught, and she was like, you know what, I don't want to go to jail, I'm going to end myself.
Officers used a taser and multiple baton blows before they were finally able to disarm her. Authorities said he was pronounced dead at the scene by paramedics. She was ultimately convicted by a jury of involuntary manslaughter because they purchased the story that the defense promoted, and the DA permitted.
You fucking jurors need to fucking be much more harsh on women. What the fuck are you guys eating up this stupid ass story for? God damn it. I know I'm pausing a lot, but I'm infuriated by this stupid story.
Ventura County Star reported that the day before Tuesday's hearing, family and friends of the deceased marched in front of the county government center carrying signs that said 108 stab wounds is a serious crime, and Judge Worley do the right thing. Her lawyer, Bob Schwartz, said he was pleased with the ruling. The outlet reported.
Judge Worley, of course you are, you fucking scumbag lawyer.
Courageous thing, the attorney said. Have you ever heard of cannabis-induced psychosis?
I have never.
Being the reason you cannot be guilty of a crime afterwards. Let me explain it another way. So in law school, we learn about these particular crimes that are committed when you are not in your right state of mind. Alcohol-induced crimes, such as a DUI, right?
Okay.
The alcohol is the reason you were swerving or probably committed manslaughter.
But you still get convicted.
You were drunk. Why is it that we don't say alcohol-induced psychosis? Because the moment you decided to engage in drinking, knowing that you had to drive back to the house.
Correct.
The moment you decided to engage in the conduct, you took full responsibility of the permeation of action that may happen afterwards, given your knowledge of what the chemical can do to the human body. And because of that prerequisite knowledge, we call that to be reasonable. Because of that reasonable knowledge that you have, there's a reasonable expectation that you would understand that something adverse could happen. And because of that, you are then thus responsible for what takes place from your body, even if you do not form a memory of it completely, or maybe you did not do it intentionally. Maybe you thought the light was green, but it was red, etc. But somehow they have found a way to stretch the law to such a degree that a person who voluntarily engages in smoking cannabis, which is not a crime in my opinion.
Nope.
It is not a big deal.
No, it isn't.
Until you kill somebody.
Yeah.
A person is dead.
I want to call so much BS on this because I'm almost positive these kids, rest in peace, the guy in this story, smoke weed all the time. They live in freaking California. They live in Thousand Oaks area, which is a pretty high-end weed area. 30% weed, 30% THC. That's common nowadays. That's almost most weed at most cannabis shops now. So this BS that she had an adverse effect and it was such a high dose that it gave her psychosis, blah, blah, fucking blah. Bullshit. That's so fucking bullshit. This is how crazy lawyers can really, as he said, stretch the law out for women. And this argument would have never came to light, ever, if it was a man. No one would have ever thought of this argument for a man. And even if they did thought of this argument, it wouldn't have flew. But when it was a woman and the juries are a bunch of simps, like, let her fucking get away with murder. World is fucking full of simps.
This defense has been utilized successfully, and it opens the door. Here's the thing. You know good and damn well it won't be applied fairly.
Hell no, it won't.
It will not have equivocation here. Because a black male who smokes marijuana and ends up committing a traffic offense, it doesn't matter what kind of psychosis he's in because of the marijuana, that person's going to jail.
Yep. This
is a whole human being who has died. All right, Mr. Mayor, this is one of the most extreme cases. I mean, literally, she got community service. The 2 years probation, not even really actionable because the reporting mechanism is very soft. So she really only got community service for this crime that she is convicted of, by the way.
Yeah, this is when I was reading this story, it blew my mind. I couldn't even fathom sitting next to someone who stabbed a family member of mine 100 times and hearing the judge saying he's satisfied or they are satisfied with this person getting simple probation.
2 years of probation.
Service. Unbelievable. And as you said it eloquently, and her father's mistake is everybody that smoked marijuana in California will not have a license to kill because Black people, brown people will not ever see this type of justice or injustice in this case.
I'll go a little further. Men. I'm almost positive men will never see this justice. Even white men will probably not see this justice. This has been pretty much reserved to women right here. This whole new law, whole new precedent that just was created by this one incident just gave women another leg up in the law.
The tragic, though, is we just continue to see how this country, justice system, and other institutions are being made a mockery of in these incidents.
That was one of the most infuriating things out there. I was more infuriating than the last story I did, tell you the truth. 100 times and 2 years of probation and community service. Fuck out of here. Please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.